We have the red Isengard player Rick at the top side against the blue Mordor player Videra at the bottom side. On a beautiful map, so royal, it looks like that. It's like an island, obviously. What makes this map so unique is are these, you know, first of all, those steel towers. They are working like a creep, basically like a lair. You can kill the corsairs and also destroy the tower, and it will drop money for you. And also the shipwrights, those docks, you know, you can capture them, get some transport ships, and you can also hack the wall. Basically, you can see there are like signal fires, right? And they will give you lots of vision through, but they cannot give you full vision on the sea. So if you hack the wall, so basically you go from this out and then you hack the wall and go all the way from the corner of the sea, you can be unseen. And then you can go for a sneak attack.
Their armor is thick and their shields
broad. Hey Michael, welcome. Good evening to you as well. To whom would you put your bet on this? I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I think they are both at a very decent skill level. Videra is a very new player to the Rise of the Witch King scene. I believe he was like playing Age of Empires or something a couple of years ago. He's kind of new, and he also plays all the Battle for Middle Earth games. While Rick is a Rise of the Witch King player exclusively. But Rick is also barely playing 1v1. So Rick is playing, as far as I know, only 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s. And it's a different thing, you know what I'm saying? If you play 4v4s all the time and then you switch to the 1v1 scene, it's gonna be a different story. I don't know. It depends also on the matchup. I think it's like 50-50 situation. Are you going to play in the tournament, Shanks? I would, Joy, but then, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Imagine organizing a tournament and then winning the tournament at the end of the day yourself. You know, it would feel like it's rigged, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to take the opportunity from people winning cash prizes. I'm not this kind of greedy person, you know? I want to give them the chance to show their quality. When I participate, many people would not sign up. They would not trust themselves, you know? They would be like, okay, Shanks is participating anyway. We have no chance, so I want to be a nice guy. We have a Haradrim Palace level 2 incoming very early, actually, for the Mordor player Videra, for the Haradrim Lancers. Don't laugh, guys. Why are you laughing? So Shanks can win against Sauron. I can even win against Galadriel. Who is Sauron, dude? Wildman of Dunland against Orcs. Wildman of Dunland should be able to win this fight, no problemo. They are both using hold ground stance to make them a bit more tanky, but it's a one-sided fight. It's the end of the day. And that's a clan setting I believe is a good start for Isengard when it comes to fight against Mordor and against goblins. Maybe even against Angmar. Maybe it's even good against, you know, the Gundabad warriors. And again, very cost efficient units. You can afford to lose them, and if you get the chance, you can always buy the torches and go for a big damage output. But now they will get trampled down. Wildmans look different. Yeah, exactly. They look a bit different. A lot of stuff is actually looking different. You can also see that those orcs, they have shields. You know, this is also something from the HD edition. Orc Pit, Haradrim Palace level 2, not second Orc Pit, yeah. Oh, bad trample. He actually doesn't get punished for it. He will be able to knock down those pikes on the ground and took 0 damage from the trample. What a great situation for the Mordor player. I would love to see black orcs. They got nerfed this patch. They cost a bit more now. They used to cost only 250, but they now cost you 300 instead. So more than Guardians, actually. Almost as much as the Half-Troll Swordmen and the Uruks. And also keep in mind that in order to be able to recruit them in the first place, you need to first of all get your Orc Pit to level 2, which also will cost you money and time. Not too much money, 200 is not a lot, but still. The time investment is the most important thing in RTS games, especially early mid-game, you know. Late game, it's a bit more affordable because ideally you will have like 5 Orc Pits, so one of them can upgrade to level 2, while you can produce from the other ones. But early on, it's about spamming, especially for Mordor and Goblin faction. It's very important to keep up the pressure all the time. And this matchup is, I believe, I mean, it was like that in the version 8.4. I don't know how much they changed this matchup specifically yet, but Isengard should be trying to win early mid-game. In late game, it's really hard against Mordor, you know, because they have the chance to get also a lot of money from industry and stuff like that. but also they have the chance to recruit Fell Beast and Witch King and Trolls and Haradrim Archers, Drummer Trolls, Attack Trolls. They have so many tools in the late game, which is gonna be hard for Isengard to deal with. The Great Eye is a really good 5 power points. Yeah, the good thing about Eye is it's a leadership one, right? So you can basically use Eye and Vorchan at the same time. So you get double buff from your spellbook. 5 power points only when you play Mordor. Okay, this slaughterhouse has been taken down. We have actually Whiteman of Dunlane, Pikeman, but Crossbowmen are in an open area. What a great catch here from Videra. Nice done. Well done. Going for a small counter attack, but I think that shouldn't be too effective. He will be still able to destroy one of the furnaces slowly but surely. Actually, 2 furnaces are going down at the same time. Remember the orcs, they get the Bloodthirsty level 2, which gives them a boost of 25% increased damage. And that's a passive thing. So basically, remember that you can have only one leadership and one buff active at the same time. But there are spells like Darkness, they are always able to get additionally on top of your leadership and on top of your buff. And also the Mordor and Goblin faction, they get the Horde bonus, which is also a spell for additional damage boost. So long story short, the amount of damage you can actually stack with orcs and black orcs is kind of insane. You get Bloodthirsty, you get Darkness, you get Vorchan, you get Eye, holy moly, and Horde bonus too. Sweet home Alabama. And Balindru is back on the menu, boys. Finally, the Forgotten Son. 425 for Mordor and 475 for Isengard. So it's pretty evenish. Only one resource building differential. Not a big thing. Not a big deal, to be honest. What a nice way of saying hello to Balindru by D-Mac. Balindru, you noob. Weapon of Talent, no torches. They are level 2. One of them, Pikeman, is also level 2, but I don't think this is gonna be too effective. There are many orcs doing nothing. And if, by the way, they have like a coding, if you leave them alone for a while, they will start fighting against each other because they are bored. Actually, you see this armor from the orcs? It looks like they have like the heavy armor upgrade on them. It's crazy. Big fights, but should be won by Mordor, no problemo. No heroes on the field yet. I mean, the heroes we could get the chance to see from Isengard is Lourdes, Sharku. From Mordor it could be Gothmog or Mouth of Sauron. I think Mouth of Sauron can be a nice hero in this matchup because of the Doubt ability, which is one of the few ways you can debuff the enemy units with Mordor. And also, you know, very reliable hero. Beefy, tanky, deals great amount of damage, can be good against Warg Packs and Warg Riders as a counter hero. I would love to see him. But I believe the Mordor player doesn't have... Actually, he has a lot of money. He has nearly 2,000, so he might go for a hero very soon. The game-breaking point for this matchup for Mordor would be a Fell Beast. So if you get a Fell Beast on the field, that will draw so much attention. And also with the Fell Beast, you can actually creep this the towers. Take it, you know, the Fell Beast can get dismounted, right? It's a Nazgul on foot. So basically, you can kill the towers and the Corsairs. You can drop him on the island, and then get the money. Yeah, Fairy 4-0, Mr. Smug. 4-0 for Fairy against Measure of X. Very strong. You gotta watch out for the upcoming tournament. Okay, 450, and yeah, he's eventually saving for a Fell Beast. Like, you need 3k, and he has already over 2k. And Isengard is putting up a lot of pressure, and there is a counterattack coming with a couple of orcs. One of them is level 2, has the Bloodthirsty. If they get the chance to comment on a... I mean, you see how many furnaces are being built up next to each other? Just to increase the command points? This is gonna be eventually saved too. Like, that's very greedy from Isengard, you know? Like, most of the time I see that's like a common mistake from players. They are like, okay, I will try to take down 2. But then, when you split them a bit too early, you might actually end up killing nothing. So better safe than sorry. Where is my enemies? I mean, who's gonna be your opponent, Maru? Tell me. Who are you challenging? I think Eternal said that he cannot play today, so he will be able to play tomorrow. We cannot play today as well. Maybe we can get after this one, maybe Ave Have against Mr. Smoke, guys. What do you think about that? Smokey, are you available? I would love to see Ave Have against Mr. Smokey. It would be great. Hello, Shanks. Hey, Yakonic, dude. Welcome. Nice to see you in the chat. 8 power points collected, 475 for Isengard, and 425 and 8 power points collected after the Eye of Sauron and War Chant for the Mordor player Videra in the first game. And if you are wondering what happens actually with the map, it's not like Mordor player was using darkness. No. It's a feature from the map. It has like a day and night mode, and after a certain amount of time it will switch between day and evening. Mordor is actually having a great amount of map control. They have crossbowmen on the field, but the second the Nazgul is gonna be on the field, it's gonna be still a hard thing. Yes, the Whiteman extroverts are great against flyers, but I don't think they can do much if you have not like 4 or 5 of them at the same time. Because the Nazgul can use Screech, and at this point of the game, Isengard is no fear resistant. The only way Isengard can ever get fear resistant in this game is by getting Saruman to level 5. Other than that, no fear resistance, and Mordor is a faction with lots of fear. You know what I'm saying? You have the Drummer Troll Roar ability, you have multiple Screeches from Nazguls, Fellbeast, Witch King, Black Riders. You have this Gatewatcher expansion, which also causes fear. So basically, maybe fear resistant in this matchup in long terms, in late games, is very important, you know? Otherwise, you need to be level 5 at bare minimum to be able to get fear resistant automatically. Andy Brandy in the building. Beautiful trample is incoming. Is a Fellbeast coming up anytime soon? I think so. Warden has been used on this Weapon of Thailand special summon. Industry buff is on the slaughterhouse behind level 3, so keeping this protected for Videra is very important. Industry got nerfed this patch. And jungle buddy for primers for 6 months in a row, my dude.
Jungle Budgie just resubscribed for 6 months. Ahoy. Happy half-year anniversary. I hope you got me something special, smiley.
I hope you got me something special. I will give you my private Snapchat or OnlyFans account. Do you want the OnlyFans account? You want to see me in a hot tub stream? You need to just tell me, bro. But I don't think it's special for you. It's gonna be special for me. The Screech has been used from a Fellbeast Morgomir. And once again, this Screech is reloading also kind of fastish, and every time it's available, it's gonna be a mess. 400 command points for Mordor and 700 for Isengard. I mean, saving up for the Nazgul actually made Mordor lose a lot of map control, and now it is important for the Mordor player Videra to use the Fellbeast to regain the map control he lost, and also to actually deal economical damage to Isengard. That's very important. For that reason, he needs to now try to destroy as many furnaces as possible. There is one level 3 furnace, which is extremely valuable for Isengard player Rick. So Rick has to make sure to protect this. Now, once again, the Whiteman extroverts are a great counter unit to the flying heroes. However, the flying hero Morgomir can also decide to not fly anymore. He can get dismounted easily, which will make him much more resistant against units like, you know, extroverts, for example. But also you can always deny, you know, you can always fly away. And again, you have now the chance to creep this. You know, there are like these 2 islands, you can creep them and get a lot of money. What happened actually to the Corsairs? Okay, never mind, there are always 4 of them, right? I forgot. Okay, so Isengard is making a push. And he has Weapon on cooldown, but he has Creepbane available for the upcoming fight. We have Horde bonus, that's the reason why they are glowing like that. And Warden is almost back up. Warp Riders, and there is no Easterling. It's not a single Easterling. That means Warp Riders can clean this up, no problemo. And I mean, I take it back, there is 1 Easterling only. Protecting or trying to protect rather this Orc Archers, but the Creepbane is being the focus of them. That's why you don't want to use it too early, and then he will, you know, the Creepbane is when it's dead, you have no more debuff. Oh, beautiful trample into the extroverts. Nice done here from Videra. Nice. Ooh. Lots of damage. What is the Nazgul doing in the meantime? He's trying to creep the troll here. Now he will switch the target on the furnace level 1, and he's dealing such a crazy amount of damage to the furnaces. Holy guacamole. Like, he's bursting them down and getting more and more levels. More levels means more damage. But the HP doesn't increase. So 6000 HP will be from level 1 until level 10. It's also the case for the Witch King of Mordor. Witch King of Mordor has 6000 health with level 1, and the HP always remains the same even if he's level 10, you know? While the Witch King of Angmar has a scaling HP, so the more levels, the more tanky, the more HP you will get. You have a lot of extroverts on the field, and yeah, I mean, obviously that kind of makes sense. You need them to be able to have like a threat against the enemy Fell Beast. Bathwater ban? Soon. Soonish. Okay, Warp Sentry for a defense, but they have no chance against archers anyway. 8 power points collected after the Weapon of Talent. Summon for the Isengard player, Rick. 725 command points against 550. But Mordor is holding himself with the Nazgul. He's gonna get more and more and more power points collected. The thing is, Isengard has no industry yet. So Mordor is getting so much value, even though the industry got nerfed this patch. So by the way, I believe it used to give you, I mean, I think the description is kind of misleading too. I think it got nerfed. I mean, I saw it in the changelog. It definitely got nerfed. The slaughterhouse here is going to be taken down. Maybe they just forgot to update the description of the industry. 550, and he might even save up for the second Fell Beast. Look his money. He has over 2000. 3000 is required. But he needs to hold himself. Maybe some more riders, maybe even some black riders could be nice. Cole. Oh, don't lose this one. That's gonna hurt when you lose it. That's very important for Mordor to be kept protected. You Screech at least. What is the Nazgul doing? He's like bugged or something. Okay, he's gonna use it, yeah. I mean, the effect area isn't that big, that those extroverts still didn't get affected from it. And also the level 3 buildings are able to shoot, as you know. 13 power points collected for Isengard. And Mordor has 550 and 9 power points collected after all the 5 power points from the spellbook in the industry. Easterlings are moving forward, and during all this time Isengard is not really touched, you know. Level 3 furnace now remaining on the field for a really long time. War riders are coming up to clean those orc archers. The Easterlings are not in position. The fight will be definitely won by the Isengard player Rick. 10 power points collected after the industry now. He might go for the 15 right off the bat. And, you know, talking about 15, Rick now has 15 power points collected. The Nazgul is doing a phenomenal job getting more and more levels, more and more power points collected, and more experience. Level 4, more DPS. I mean, the damage doesn't really matter too much because you one-shot everything anyway you touch, you know? Maybe it's good against heroes. So Isengard is recovering up a little bit and might also go for a Watcher, right? I mean, I think you get the chance to go for the Watcher after the Weapon of Talent. I might be wrong, but I think if you want to get the Feel the Fires, you need to actually get the Devastation, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there comes the Siege Wargs level 2. He might get it to level 3, which is required for you to get the chance to recruit the Black Riders, only limited to one single one of them. And they are like mini heroes. The differential between mini heroes and the normal units is that the mini heroes have the chance to level up all the way to level 10 in Rise of the Witch King. And Thick Nick 1, thanks for the follow. I am Ikasa Kensha, thank you for the follow as well, appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hello Lunas, nice to see you in the chat. I miss Rick. PowerPoint say no more. He went actually for the Field of Fires. Okay, he wanna actually go for the big boys, for the big money. He wanna grow rich like rich. I mean, you can see they have like the industry buff now on them. You get 70% more value, and also benefits all Isengard allies. It means if Isengard would now, if you play a 2v2 situation and your ally, you have like double Isengard, you just need to pick one Field of Fires to actually get all the value. Oh, that hurts. Like losing the level 2 Siege Wargs is always painful. Look at the money from Isengard now rising to the sky, guys. All you gotta do is spam more and more Lambert Mills at this point. 95 for the first time subbing with the tier 1. Appreciate that, man.
95 Welcome to Beyond Standards crew.
Welcome to Beyond Standards crew. Really means a lot. Thanks for the huge support. Appreciate it. The Siege Wargs level 2 is going down. It's very unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. And Mordor is kind of falling apart, despite the fact that here's a Nazgul. He's not going for the Worm summon. Worm is dealing crazy amount of damage to the structures, by the way, but not too much against the production buildings. but you have the splash damage, right? So basically, if there are multiple buildings lined up, you can hit multiple of them at the same time. You actually need 3 hits. I was expecting 2 against the clan setting, but it's fine. You can just reposition now and try to take down the furnace level 3 behind. And will this be the case, or is he gonna try to take down this one? I would just focus on this one, to be honest with you guys. Like, this is much more important. But he's gonna try to take down this clan setting first. The weather is changing. Now we have like the sun is rising. Gothmog is finally on the field. The fear resistant against Isengard, not really useful that much. Isengard has no fear effects on you. The clan setting is going down. Now the worm has not much time left anymore. That means the furnace level 3 is gonna be in a safe spot, at least for now. So Rick was kind of getting away from this point quite nicely. He can't even attack one more time. So losing this would mean you lose 100 command points right off the bat. And during all this time, the Nazgul is doing a phenomenal job killing all these lumber mills every single time. And denying the Field of Fire's potential, right? Field of Fires is a power point that only gives you benefits if you have a lot of these lumber mills up on the field. If you have not a single one of them, it's just wasted 15 power points. 575. And Mordor is getting back into the game. He has 625 command points now. Gothmog and Black Orcs. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, because once you go black, you never go back. Look at this fat orc, you know what I'm saying? This guy, earlier, by the way, guys, I'm talking about like 2,000-3,000 years ago, maybe even 5,000 years ago. Did you guys know? Rabbi T1, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Means a lot to me.
Live1 just subscribed.
The first time subbing with the primers. Thank you, thank you. Did you guys know, by the way, 5,000 years ago, it was like that? Like, the guys who were fat were actually considered as like a wealthy, you know what I'm saying? And the girls were most likely falling in love with those guys who are actually really fat. Did you guys know that? Because when a girl saw, you know, back in the day you had like different problems, right? You didn't have the problems like we have nowadays. Now we care about fashion and luxury and stuff like this. Back in the day, all you was caring about is like having something to eat, having a place to sleep. That's why those guys who are fat were considered as like a strong, you know, and wealthy. And the girls were like, okay, when I marry this guy, I will be in a good spot. But then something happened and now everybody is like in those skinny guys and in the skinny girls. Like when I watch this Victoria's Secret show, dude, these girls, they have nothing. They are like balloons, you know what I'm saying? They are so skinny. I don't know, but I'm not, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not into really like overweight women, you know what I'm saying? But at least something, you know, to touch, to grab and hit like a truck. I can't hit her like a truck. If I do, she's gonna die, you know what I'm saying? She's so skinny. I would scared to touch her. I would be scared to break her legs when I touch her during love time, you know what I'm saying? Alright. 875 command points and 575 only for Isengard, but he has 22 power point in the bank. So 3 power points only, 2 power points now away from his 25. Butler 97, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Almost 25, and Mordor is still far away. Like Mordor needs like more than 15. Shanks needs some meat back on the menu. Not too much meat, but more than these models, you know what I'm saying? I feel so bad for them. They have no life. Imagine you have so much money, but you can't even eat with it. Imagine that. For me, money would mean, dude, I go eat everything what I want, you know what I'm saying? But what is the money good for if you can't even eat, bro? What the heck is wrong with that? Would you rather date a skinny orc or a fat elf? I mean, I always would date a fat elf, dude, because she has enough time to lose the weight. But orcs, they will die. Or the dragon summon, guys, let's go. The summon dragon, they nerfed the dragon, by the way. The damage from the dragon, Kappa. I mean, I think it's not able to one-shot a level 2 orc pit anymore. Oh, I'm actually curious. How many shots do we need? Oh, you need actually 3. I think that's a nerf. You needed only 2 if I'm not mistaken earlier. Now you gotta hit it 3 times. Barely, you see? And that's unfortunate for Mordor. Did they actually come out? No! I mean, at least Mordor got the money back, I guess. But that's the nerfed version of the summoned dragon, boys. You know? The Nazgul, yeah, Benz, you are absolutely right. The Nazgul is was the biggest win condition for Isengard in this game, for Mordor in this game. That's the nerf version of the Summon Dragon. Can you imagine that? Like, now, please let me know and prove me wrong when I say the Summon Dragon is the best 25 power point in the entire game, no doubt. Don't you guys agree with me? Like, what is this? Watch this, guys. Watch this now. That's a perfect situation to show you how powerful this creature is. Like, it will mess you up for building safe. You know, it will hit like breath fire from Balrog every single time it attacks. It's very, very busted, in my opinion. You know, I mean, I don't say that other summons are bad, but not as powerful as this summon, especially when it comes to destroy structures. And all of a sudden, you see that, dude, the 25 power point, and Mordor literally lost almost everything that he got. There is no more production building left on the field anymore, guys. He has only resource buildings. He was building an orc pit, here hiding the orc pit, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, there is only one single orc pit. That's gonna buy Isengard so much time. I don't know if this time is gonna matter too much, but we shall see. So the Fell Beast, as Benzi said in the chat, was doing a phenomenal job. I think he actually was able to kill countless amount of structures all game long. This is cheating, bruh. Yeah, I feel so as well. I mean, they nerfed it, by the way. I mean, the Summon Dragon was even stronger before, you know. I think it was able to two-shot the Siege Wargs. Now you actually need a third shot to be able to take it down. So, long story short, you will be a bit slower when it comes to destroy everything. It's still efficient to nerf it, but you know, the thing is, when you nerf it too much, it's gonna be useless, you know. Because remember, in some matchups against elves, for example, or against ice arrows from Angmar, the dragon is dying quite soon. So basically, you summon this dragon, and you know, Mirkwoods with Silvertone arrows, they will kill your dragon in like 5 seconds. In other matchups, like against Mordor, it's very effective. Okay, so 9 power points collected after the Summon Dragon. And Mordor is... Actually, he went for the arrow volley into barricade. That's why he's so slowed down. He could have just saved after the worm for the 25, but now since he picked up the barricade in the arrow volley, he actually kind of fell behind, and now he still needs 17 power points for his 25 boys. So 17 for his, you know, obviously Mordor is able to use the Rain of Fire, which can be great in a situation like that. You use Rain of Fire here, kill the level 3 furnaces, level 3 lumber mill, the clan setting, the Uruk pit, and damage even the fortress. Could be a nice choice. The Fell Beast is kind of lowish. He needs to recover up a little bit. And there is one Lancer actually scouting. Haradrim Lancer. Nobody cares about it. It's actually slowly but surely killing those Viper Next Rovers. Look at that. 2 of them are already gone. Almost 3. Arrow volley is available. The thing about arrow volley is it's so hard to hit in Rise of the Witch King, because unlike in Battle for Middle-earth 2, the arrow volley in Rise of the Witch King is... Oh, nice shot, dude. With a screech. Get away from me. Gothmog is level 5. Again, the fear resistance doesn't matter anything. He's gonna get crippled down by Lords. The good thing about the Rise of the Witch King right clicks, so basically with right clicking you can order your hero and your unit to use the ability whenever they want. And the good thing about the coding here is that if you right click on the cripple of Lords, he will only cripple enemy heroes. In Rise of the Witch King, he's gonna use the cripple on a lumberman worker in BFME 1. It's so annoying. In Battle for Middle-earth 1, you cripple worker. The build has been taken down, 10 power points collected. Looks like he doesn't want to commit on Gothmog, because Gothmog is actually one of the heroes who can fight back. So basically, if Lord throws a sword, uses Carnage to get into the genes, Gothmog can say, "Come at me, bro," and use the Fury, which by the way is like the same thing like Carnage. So it looks even the same, you know. Look at this icon, you see that, and then you see also Lords. It's the same. Actually, it's even better, to be honest. What? It's even better. This one gives you 100% and Fury gives you 200%. Are you really? What? Double the damage even though the armor is the same? That's crazy. So Gothmog would actually be able to kind of destroy Lords. Okay, the Worm Summon for the second time. Very effective. It's like a mini Summon Dragon. Yeah, cripple duration is like 30 seconds. And you get Fury not for like 30 seconds. It's like less. He actually used even arrow volley around this area. The clan setting is going to be taken down as well. Mordor is collecting more and more power points. The Watcher is available, which might be used here on this Oryx eventually. but you will just waste it on orcs. And the question is it gonna be really worth it? Yes, he has Field of Fires, yes, he has a lot of money, but the money has to be invested into something which can be good in longer stages of the game. And I'm talking here about Saruman. Saruman could be a great call, because once again he will passively give you fear resistance once he's level 5, which will shut down the Screech ability from the Nazgul completely. And then you have the Fireball, you have the Worm Tongue ability, I mean the Dominate ability to steal the enemy units. You have the Thunderbolt. Saruman is such a great hero. Like, from all the expensive heroes, in my opinion, Saruman is the most reliable one. Especially Fireball is such a great ability with level 2. You can use it repeatedly to get experience while keeping your distance. So long range thing, you know, like not a skill shot, it's like an on hit. So you on target, so you hit one target from a safe distance, you keep fireballing all the time, gets more and more levels for level 6 for the Thunderbolt, and so on.
Best Boy Faramir just resubscribed for 10 months. Ahoy, hey hey.
Best Boy Faramir, indeed my dude. Thank you so much, Best Boy Faramir. You are able to now show your quality for 10 months in a row. Denethor would be proud. Thank you so much for the huge spot, dude. Honeysake, also nice to see you in the chat. Level 9, almost level 10 Nazgul. He didn't lose him one single time, and that's how, when you can use those flying heroes effectively, there is no way they can become anytime soon useless, you know? In the worst case scenario, you can use them to kill the buildings over and over again. Denethor still denies, unfortunately. Yeah, Denethor is like, Boromir would have subscribed for 12 months now. You know? Denethor is like, you know, when I can imagine like conversations like Faramir is going to his daddy, hey daddy, I found the secret of the One Ring. I know how we can destroy it. And Denethor would be like, yeah, Boromir could have found it 5 days earlier, you know? And that's why you should never compare your kids with each other. I think that's like the worst father figure ever, you know what I'm saying, Denethor? I was so satisfied when he actually got burned and kind of jumped from the tower of Minas Tirith. He deserved it. Almost level 10. Önceki seri 4-0 Podolski. Fiari won 4 games in a row against Mature of X. Now we are in the first game, actually a really long game between Mordor and Isengard, and we might even get the chance to see the second time the Summoned Dragon. But Mordor is almost 25. I mean, now we have Saruman on the field. Okay, now let's go. Saruman of many colors, the ruler of Orthanc, one of the 5 Mayas sent to Middle Earth to, you know, to guide the man. Then he decided himself against his destiny and got backstabbed by Wormtongue. The barricade is gonna be taken down, and only 1 power point away. Actually, the Watcher will be special summoned. There we go. Nice. 25, the Felbeast, dude. The Felbeast is doing such an amazing job. Holy moly, guys. Level 10 Felbeast. Are you kidding me? How many times do we see that? And the Rain of Fire will be special. I mean, unlocked. He's not gonna summon it yet, but there it comes. The Rain of Fire. Boom, son. To be honest, it could be better, I think, but he has no vision. Maybe, and I think here would be better, or even here, but it's okay, you know? He killed 3 buildings and also damaged the fortress a bit. You know, 25 power points are not damaging the fortress too much. And you can see, now you have seen 225, right? Now, just judge that, but from what you have seen. Judge now Rain of Fire from Mordor versus the Summoned Dragon of Isengard. Both were kind of presented to you in this game. There we go. Gothmog got crippled again. 18 power points already for... Dude. I mean, to be honest, the Dragon Strike is kind of meh, you know? Like, Isengard, you see, you know, you have the Summoned Dragon, then you have the Dragon Strike. Summoned Dragon is great, amazing, and incredible, but Dragon Strike is like, come on, bro. You know, it's like, I think one of the worst 25s, you know? And that's why the Goblin faction is the best 25s in the game. They have Balrog and the Summoned Dragon. That's like the best combination ever. Balrog and Summoned Dragon in one faction. So if the game goes super late with Goblins and you have Balrog and Summoned Dragon, trust me on that one, With these two summons, you can, if you summon them at the same time, you can win the game. You can summon Balrog to kill the full army, then summon both of them basically to kill structures. The summon dragon is, I mean, can Rick actually turn this game around still? I don't know, man. Rick needs armory, but Rick is not that rich. Look his money. Rick has barely 1000. He actually went for armory. It's level 2. He also didn't purchase anything yet, so he has no money. But he has 23 power points. There comes the Black Rider Battalion from the Siege Works level 3. It's also a counter unit to heroes. So basically, it's the best cavalry unit in the game by far. And that's why you are only limited to have one of them at the same time. So it's like a mini hero thing, which is only a thing in the Rise of the Witch King expansion. Doesn't exist this way in Battle for Middle-earth 2. The barricade is gonna be slowly but surely taken down. Level 1 Saruman still. He needs definitely to be at least level 2. Gothmog is doing nothing. Arrow volley, and Isengard wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's painful. He actually lost a lot. That's why you always gotta pay attention. Because you have time, you know. You will hear the animation coming. You see the first arrow dropping from the sky. Then you have time. He actually goes for the Tainted Land. For whatever reason, the build has been taken down. I believe that's like Rick was losing like 5-6 builders this game in total. I've seen him at least losing 3. Maybe he lost more than that. A lot of production buildings. I mean, the thing is, I don't like the positioning of this. You know what I'm saying? Everything is so close to each other that one big rain of fire can actually... There we go, boys. Round 2. Round 2. Let's watch now. Let's watch carefully the devastation of this creature. Level 3. I think you should be able to two-shot it. You want to always use aggressive stance, by the way, because with aggressive stance, you get 10% more damage. Yeah, you almost... I think that's a nerf. I'm sure that you was able to one-shot them before with one single hit. Now you need 2. And yeah, that's a big nerf actually when you think about it. You see, but you see the range? That's crazy. The structure was here, bro, and the dragon is here. You see the area damage. He's able to hit... He's breathing fire to this location and hitting this structure over here. That's the bastard thing about this dragon, guys. Nothing else, not his damage, but the lineup thing. So basically, if you have 5 buildings next to each other, the chance for this guy to attack 5 of them, even more of them at the same time, that's the thing about this dragon, which is crazily effective. You see this? The cord, like, it's able to hit like this, and to hit until this area almost, you know? This, plus here. So you know, that's better than Breath Fire, long story short. 28 power point collected. Gothmog in the meantime has been crippled. The dragon is still doing his thing, but he's not paying attention too much to the dragon. The dragon summon this time wasn't very effective. In the meantime, the Black Riders, they are actually trying to hurt Saruman. Gothmog is still crippled down, but he's Tomato Gothmog, so he doesn't care. He has 200% more damage now. Lourdes, gotta be careful. He's level 7, but level 8 is required, and Saruman is destroyed by the Black Riders. As mentioned before, they are one of the best counters to the heroes. That's a level 7 Lourdes who actually gets crushed and smoked and smashed and destroyed by the Black Riders. And oh my goodness, man, I mean, they are worth every single penny. In order to be able to recruit them, you need to first of all get a Siege Works to level 3, which again costs you money and time. But dude, if you get them on the field, they have a debuff, a passive debuff, which actually works like a Creepbane or a Cave Bat, you know? Everything around them will lose 25% damage and armor. The Furnace level 2 is getting smoked in the meantime. Mordor is going for a counter attack. And there was a crazy amount of damage dealt. From one single Black Rider, he lost the most 2 high valuable heroes in like 10 seconds of the game. This might be the finishing blow. This might be the final move from the Mordor player against Isengard. And that's the power of Mordor. You see, for me, the only reason why Mordor was in the game for the majority of the time was the Fell Beast. The Fell Beast was buying so much time for Mordor, killing those structures over and over again. There comes the barrage, you know, just to deal even more damage. As you can see and tell in Rise of the Witch King, or in any Battle for Middle-earth game really, the late game, you see the power point, they have such a crazy impact, you know. Sharku is the only hero remaining. He was just using the Man-Eater for regeneration, also more armor and damage. The Builder, the this Nazgul. I wish there would be a graphic at the end of the game which shows you how many units and structures and damage this Nazgul was actually able to deal to Isengard. Yeah, he has now forge blades and also heavy armor, but it's too late for that. Look his money, he's dropping down to 350 command points only. He has barely any resources in the bank. That's all he got, this entire area, that's it. The Rain of Fire is reloading, it's more than 50% done. And Mordor has 1000 command points in the bank. The Black Riders were even able to get away, they are level 4 now. Maybe a Witch King could do the magic trick. You missed Dragon Strike? Yeah, my bad. I missed the Dragon Strike. I missed the Dragon Strike, you guys. And he's like, this map. And Vegeta is like, XD. You know, why are you laughing about this map? This map is not bad. To be honest, I don't like the thing. I used to be a fan of it. You know, the thing that the design of the map is changing from day to evening. But it's disturbing now a little bit, at least for me, guys. Oh, here's the thing, boys. The armor. You know, the Minas Morgul design on the fortress to make it more resistant. He knows it was damaged from the Dragon Strike. He missed it. And the Morgomir is level 10. I mean, also something we don't see every single day. Level 10 Morgomir. And once again, that's only the game number 1, guys, by the way. So that's a best of 7. Imagine every single game lasting this long. That would be crazy. I mean, this Felby is Morgomir, dude. Nah, GG's mate, he's gonna call it. Because he was struggling the last 20 minutes. It was a suffer game for Rick. He couldn't find a, you know, absolute answer to this Felbeast. This Felbeast was kind of destroying him. You know, want to add Firindil or Westfold? We have seen them already so many times, you know, Andy Brandy. Seeing the maps over and over again. We have also seen Firindil many times in the Rise of the Witch King already. We have the red Man of the West player, Rick, at the bottom side, against the blue Dwarven player, Vidira at the top side. Another big map, yeah. FML. You know what it means, guys. 2 mineshots coming up for Dwarves, and 2 farms coming up for men. Into a potential 40-minute game. I like that. To be honest, I would love to see that. I want to see Man of the West late game against Dwarves late game. I want to see that. Barracks coming up. And we have Hall of Warriors. So early on, soldiers against guardians. Let's go. I would love 1 hour games. Yeah, me too, man. You know, it's always nice from time to time. Not always, not every single game like that, but it's always nice from time to time to see a game lasting more than 25 minutes. Especially when heroes are involved. Last game we have not seen heroes like Saruman until the very end. But imagine if Isengard would choose to recruit Saruman a bit earlier. Imagine getting, you know, Saruman to level 6 to level 10 would be a game-changing hero. That's why heroes are a great investment for late game. 3 farms, barracks, 4 farms. And it looks like the builder is leading from this tiny pathway to the bottom side of the map. And early on we will see pikemen. So pikes, I'm assuming he will creep this walk layer first by using this mineshaft. And he might also lead right after this one to the troll layer at the top left side, which will give you the chance to capture this in to recruit some hobbitses. Now, dwarves have a strong lead game actually. You know, in some matchups it's hard. For example, against Angmar it's hard, against Mordor it's hard, but against Man of the West it can be quite nice. Again, if you make the right call, if you get Men of Steel, if you get Battle Wagons, if you get Gimli on the field with Slayer and stuff like that, could be nice heroes. You know, Gimli, Dean, and also Gloin are very efficient actually. King Brian is very good early game hero too. Like I said, I believe the Dwarven gameplay, they are actually rushing too much. You know, they are, you know, it's like a coin flip. They go for a big push, and if it's successful, it's great and you win. But if it's bad, you lose, you know, because you have no backup plan. It's always nice to hope for the best, but also to be prepared for the worst. Soldiers of Gondor, 2 of them, they are splitted now. Maybe you should not split them like that and use them for a rallying call. Rallying call and war channel are so important early on for Rise of the Witch King gameplay. They are the best, you know, giving the chance to boost your damage and armor by 50% each. It's hella important. So creep secured this one, and also this one is gonna be secured by dwarves, no problemo. So they're gonna get almost level 3 after this one. They will get level 3 after this one actually. Now all dwarven player Vidira has to do is defend himself against those soldiers, and I think it's doable with the guardians. Guardians should be stronger in a one-on-one situation. Keep going.
Don't fall behind.
Wrath of Lich King. He keeps saying question mark. Isn't that wow? What? What is that supposed to mean? Where are you from? I'm from Germany. But I was born and raised in Turkey. So I'm a Turkish guy living in Germany and streaming in English. So if you are looking for a multi-culti stream, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't get more international like me, dudes. Trust me on that one. Like that's already like the next level of international. World of Warcraft. It's the Rise of the Witch King, not Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, it's a Rise of the Witch King. It's a Battle for Middle-earth game. It's a RTS game based on the Lord of the Rings.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Is this all of them?
Yeah, Rise of the Witch King is quite easy to be installed. I made even a tutorial video about this one a couple of months ago. You can use that video just to install that. All you need to do is like make sure that your BFME 2 is working, because Rise of the Witch King is an expansion that requires Battle for Middle-earth 2 to be able to work. Nice clumping, but he's still, or I don't know how many units are remaining. Is this the last one? But it was really close, actually really close. Very unlucky for Rick. Taking this one down would be actually huge. Dwarves, they have also this inn not captured, by the way. So that means no hobbits anytime soon. They will also be able to win this fight around the bottom side. And for now, we have a stable. Double barracks and a stable. No archer range yet. But we will see very soon some Gondor Knights. The level 2 upgrade is not very expensive though. I mean, Rohirrim are, you know, generally much better, but they also cost you more money and also more command points. So this might be a decent push. He has a couple of soldiers and two pikemen. Pikemen are horrible in a situation like that. Pikemen can't do much against guardians, but they are a potential counter to the battle wagons later. However, we have double barracks and also one forge works, but there are no battle wagons. There is one. And very smart move to use hold ground stands. You know, this way you can make sure that the battle wagon is doing nothing himself. Now they have double buff against no buff. So Rallying Call is on cooldown. For Man of the West player. Now it's the time for you to shine. Now you gotta make a move, Videra. Because double buffed Dwarven army against non-buffed Man of the West army, this fight should be very one-sided. And all he can do is try to stall the time. You know, try to block them from your barracks and from your farm. But it's risky too. They have an oil bottle on the field. And it looks like it's even damaging their own units. So it's a friendly fire on thing. The builder, not the builder. This way, my friend, the builder from Rick is gonna be taken down. That's very unfortunate. That's already a lot of damage dealt. The barracks is getting crushed. The DPS is kind of crazy with the Guardians when they have level... Oh, be careful. When they have double buff, I mean, that's very dangerous. Now the Warchan is gone, but they have still leadership from the battle wagon, right? That means they are still smoking the Man of the West army, no problemo. That's why you would need definitely some archers. Or you gotta try to take down the pikemen. Your Gondor Knights can actually play the game. And look at that, they couldn't even take down the mineshaft. More and more reinforcements are coming from Videra from the bottom side. Rick is definitely falling apart. That's the hobbits summoned now from the Shire. We will need Rallying Call very soon for the Man of the West player. He needs to buff those Gondor Knights and try to actually trample down those Guardians and hobbits before they can make it to your other structures. There is another wave of units, Guardian and one pikeman. The Gondor Knights, they cannot really do much. He didn't even Warchant them. Hobbits, nice micro from Rick here, getting into the hobbits and getting a beautiful trample off. Actually, let me lower the sounds a little bit. They are screaming just too much for my taste, dude. I am the... I mean, even now, after a beautiful trample into the hobbits, the thing is that... And I think the battle wagon got killed too. GG's is gonna be called. That's a very early game. I mean, it's a very fast game. And Man of the West getting smoked by dwarves.